Good Sunday morning, everybody. We are live here on KENS 5 talking weather. It's a lot colder this morning. We had a front move in last night, overnight, and with it, temperatures are falling pretty rapidly, and they're going to continue to do so for the next several hours. Matter of fact, I think our high temperature stays right around where we are right now, 50 to 51. That's pretty much where we cruise all day in our air temperature. And then the northerly winds, they're gusting anywhere from 15 to 25 to 30 miles per hour, which we'll show you in a second. Which is making it feel a lot colder, which is adding a wind chill factor to the air temperature. It feels like temperatures are hovering in the lower 40s and even 30s across the hill country at this moment. Now, the good news is it's dry. There's no rainfall out there, but it is chilly and windy. So big heads up if you're heading out to church or anything you got going on this morning. It is the last day of November. December starts tomorrow. Time is going by so fast. And we do have a couple of chances for rain. Not necessarily today. Some of these clouds may produce a sprinkle, but nothing measurable. It's mainly tomorrow morning where there's a slightly better opportunity at a few sprinkles here in the San Antonio area, which we'll show you in a second. All right, so out the door, airport, 49, 51 at Stinson, north winds at 17 miles per hour. There's the rain that pushed through overnight. There were a couple of spotty areas of rain on the southern side of San Antonio around like 9, 10, and 11 o'clock last night. Isolated downpours in the region. But that cold front that's moving through Corpus Christi and towards the Rio Grande Valley as we speak, that's helping spark off some showers and storms offshore. As I zoom in, you can see kind of the effect of it. Yeah, there might be a couple of sprinkles out there near Floresville, Pleasanton, parts of Atascosa County and Wilson County, and towards Karnes City. Otherwise, pretty quiet in our neck of the woods as that front moves offshore and pushes the rain along with it. Any of the measurable rain at least. All right, so towards the northeast, look at this. Midwest, by the way, Chicago, the Great Lakes region, northern Illinois, northern Indiana, parts of Ohio, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Some areas in the last 24 to 36 hours have picked up like 8 to 12 inches of snowfall, some over a foot. So it's been a very busy post-Thanksgiving travel window for the Midwest and the Northeast. So just heads up if you have any friends or family in the Northeast or anywhere in Chicago or towards Toronto, Ohio. It's been pretty active up there last 24 to 48 hours. All right, back here at home, it's quiet, it's cloudy, it's breezy, and it's cold. It's 46 in Bulverde, 49 at Stockdale, 49 at Helotes, same thing at the airport. So we are continuing to tumble down. So we are behind the cold front, meaning we have cold air advection. That means cold air is going to continue to drive in at least for the next 6 hours. So don't expect much of a warm up. Even if we did, the cloud cover is keeping us pretty steady in the upper 40s, lower 50s at this hour. 41 at Rock Springs, 44 at Kerrville. It's cold up in Fredericksburg at 41, almost the upper 30s out there this morning. Add on the wind speed, the northerly winds ranging from like 15 to 25 miles per hour with some gusts near 30. It's a little cold outside and it's a little windy, so that's going to make it a lot worse. So this is why I would suggest maybe a couple of layers. 49 to 50, it's chilly, but when you add in that wind speed to the equation, it's even colder than that. So wind chill values or the feels like temperatures are ranging near freezing in the hill country. I mean, 32 is the feels like temperature in Fredericksburg, 37 at Kerrville, 43 in the city, a little warmer out to our south, but look at the wind speeds. It is windy outside. Occasional wind gusts, I would say going back and forth between like 20 and 30 miles per hour. Just depends on where you're located. Like, for example, Uvalde is only picking up on a 14 to 15 mile an hour gust. But for the airport, San Antonio, Seguin, New Braunfels, Boerne, Floresville, all picking up on a pretty gusty wind at this hour. So these are showing you the 24-hour temperature changes. So, for example, this time Saturday morning, it was about 12 degrees warmer. Now it's 12 degrees cooler in San Antonio. It's significantly cooler across the hill country. In Fredericksburg, it is 20 degrees colder than what it was at 8:34 yesterday morning. So it just shows you the temperature change and swing over the last 24 to 48 hours. Okay, here's the hour by hour. Here's 4 and 5 o'clock today. If you're wanting a warm up, it's not happening. We're looking at 48 to 49 for a high temperature here in San Antonio. The front moved in late last night, so all day today, cold air driving in the wake of this cold front. Will there be any rainfall today? Probably not. There may be one or two like embedded sprinkles, but if you're asking like, measurable rainfall, it just doesn't look likely today. But yeah, look at this. This is today's high temperature. Upper 40s, lower 50s all day today, even colder across the hill country. Late tonight through tomorrow morning, temperatures don't fall off too rapidly. The cloud cover helps out with that, but it still remains pretty cold by tomorrow early. 5, 6, 7 a.m., mid to lower 40s across the region, less windy. There may be a couple of areas of very widely scattered rain, mainly east or southeast of San Antonio. And then tomorrow afternoon, very similar, maybe some embedded areas of very light precip, very light rain, some drizzle here and there. By 2 o'clock tomorrow, lower to middle 50s, so not much of a recovery in high temperatures. And, I would say anywhere from a tenth to 100th of an inch of rainfall. So tomorrow, next couple of days of rainfall, it's not going to be impressive. It's mainly going to be south and east of Bexar County in our region. But we do have the chance for a couple of sprinkles, but in regarding measurable rain, it's looking less and less likely. All right, so yeah, from Terry, you thought you saw some lightning last night. It's probably so, because we saw some isolated storms form along the cold front as it dropped in around 11 o'clock last night. But I remember watching the radar late last night. It was like between 9 p.m. and midnight. There were a couple of hit or miss, scattered downpours, some areas of lightning here and there, nothing severe. There were stronger storms east of San Antonio, like towards the Houston area. But in regarding here, it was very hit or miss. But I wouldn't be surprised if you saw lightning last night, because there was rain around. It wasn't widespread, but there were a couple of downpours forming along the cold front itself. All right, there are temperatures out the door, guys. It is chilly this morning, and this is not even accounting for the wind, not even the wind chill. Air temperatures right now, 49 in the city. Same thing at Hello. It is 52 at Castroville, 51 at Pleasanton, 49 at Stockdale, 49 at Seguin. We have 45 at LaGrange, 47 at Columbus, 55 at Eagle Pass, and 41 at Fredericksburg. And there are the wind chills. So when you factor in those winds going 15 to 30 miles per hour, that transports the heat from your body away from you, because the winds are going so fast. So it just almost takes away the layer of heat that you have insulated on your body with the clothing and things like that. Bottom line, winds make it feel a lot colder out there. So the wind chills are a few degrees cooler than the actual air temperature. Notice that it's 32 in Fredericksburg. This is, again, the wind chills, not the air temperature. These are the feels-like temperatures because it's so breezy to windy outside. Bundle up, 42 the wind chill in Seguin, 52 at Pleasanton. Notice that anywhere along Highway 90 and I-10, that's where it really starts to cool down and is a little bit more gusty in the wind speed. So upper 30s, lower 40s on those wind chill values. But here are the actual air temperatures area-wide across south central Texas. The Hill Country, 41 in Fredericksburg, 51 at Del Rio, and we have 47 at Hallettsville, 45 at Austin at this hour. So very cold and windy as you step out this morning, so be very careful. Drive carefully with the winds howling between 20 and 30 miles per hour. Driving on the roads and the highways can be a little difficult because you'll feel the wind at times when a cold front drives in. And then bundle up, have a couple layers this morning because it is going to be very cold on your Sunday morning. Download the KENS 5 app, guys. It is free in the App Store for any additional updates. We have some cooler air on the way for later this week. And then this time next weekend, we'll see a warming trend. We'll see daytime highs get closer to the 70s. But in the meantime, it is going to be a cold, cloudy, and blustery Sunday. And it's going to be a cold and cloudy and somewhat damp Monday with some drizzle around. And then we'll gradually warm up throughout the week. Otherwise, have a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay warm and enjoy the cold, I would say winter-like air as we wrap up November. Tomorrow begins December, and it starts off on the cold side. Temperatures hovering in the 40s and 30s.